Hello everyone. Thank you for all the warm wishes and all the support you have shown me. And a lot of you have been asking about the entire strategy and how to prioritize things and make timetable and everything from me. So I'll be creating 3 videos. The first one would be about the entire strategy of UPSC preparation starting from prelims to interview stage. The second one would be how to manage our time while we are studying, how to make the best use of our time. And the third one would be about note making if you are interested in that. So please put your queries and questions in the comments, and let's start with the first one, which is the strategy I followed for my UPSC preparation. So before we discuss our strategy on how to prepare, there are some things that we must be having very clear in our mind when we are talking about the examination. That is the timeline of the examination. People know that serious preparation is required, but many a times you do not know how much time is required for preparation, how much time it takes for the examination itself to be over. So it takes approximately 1 year from your prelims to your interviews. It takes approximately the time of 1 year, and it is carried out in 3 stages: prelims, mains, and interview. All of these stages, they demand different kind of preparation, but 1 year time is ideal for your preparation. So 1 year before the exam and 1 year of the entire examination process amounts to a total of 2 to 2.5 years for one serious attempt or two serious attempts. So if we are planning for the worst and hoping for the best also, we should at least have 3 attempts worth of time with us when we are preparing. तो जब भी आप अपनी फैमिली से, अपने पेरेंट्स से, किसी से भी बात करते हैं, you should convey to them that this is how much investment you will be making in terms of time, effort, money, anything, and they should be very clear and on the same page with you. इससे आपको बाद में बहुत ही ज़्यादा mental clarity रहेगी, mental peace रहेगा, if you will have these things clear ahead of you before you are starting. So starting the preparation, before you commit yourself to the examination, what you should know, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आप क्या करने जा रहे हैं. What are the civil services? How many services are there? Many of you do not know that the examination actually recruits for 24 different service cadres and not just IAS, IPS, and IFS. So know about the services. What are the services? What are the responsibilities? Next thing you should know is who is going to help you, how they're going to help you, or who is going to be staying with you, why you are doing this. Your motivation should be very clear. How you are going to get from point A to point B, that is from not being a civil servant and just an aspirant to becoming one successful candidate finally. Where you are going to prepare, you are going to go to some place like Delhi, or you're going to stay at home. So you should have all these questions answered before you commit your money and your time and your effort in the preparation. How you will get to know this is by reading the syllabus, is by going through the previous year question papers, checking the book list, going through the toppers and their strategy and how they have, become successful. Also, in this time itself, you should find an optional which suits your needs. How to find the ideal optional is different for everyone. Some people are lucky enough कि उनका जो ग्रेजुएशन का सब्जेक्ट होता है वो उनको ऑप्शनल के रूप में भी अवेलेबल होता है, but not everybody is that lucky. If you belong to the later category, there are things you should consider, such as availability of resources, availability of guidance, availability of test series, or your general understanding, how much that particular optional subject syllabus covers, a part of general studies syllabus. So all of these things you should keep in mind, not the other thing which is it is optional से कितने लोगों का selection हुआ, that does not matter, but all the other things that I said before this, they do matter. So find an optional before you start committing to the entire preparation. While you are doing this, you will tentatively should be having a plan, and all this entire process should not take you more or less than 10 days. Why I'm saying not less than 10 days is because I do not want anybody to make a hasty decision. These things are actually very demanding. The preparation will demand a lot from you. So you should take your time while starting the preparation. If you will take time planning, you'll save a lot of time executing that thing. Moving on. Once you have planned and once you have decided that where are you going to prepare and how are you going to prepare, you should know the general strategy of myself also and other candidates that are successful that I know. The strategy is to study in a way that you study for mains first, and then you study for the prelims next, and then you study for the interviews last. So this is the general flow of preparation and the ideal strategy on how you would conduct your preparation throughout. Speaking of mains preparation, the first 2 to 3 months of your preparation is very crucial for building a foundation. Here you should start with at least one or two core subjects. I started with geography because my optional was agriculture, and I also wanted to have a know-how on where things are on the map, so I could actually place my other information on the foundation of geography. So I started with geography, then I went on to economics. So first 2 3 months, take one big portion from the GS, take your optional, and take a newspaper. For these 2 3 months, you will be building a foundation. So take things slowly and thoroughly. Prepare the core concepts, prepare your optional notes. Read only one newspaper, but read it very well. Make your notes every day. Do not skip the newspaper. It is very important that you go through the editorial as well as the other daily news articles. After this, for the next 3 to 4 months, you should consolidate these notes and make them shorter and easier to revise. At this time, you can start also giving mock tests so that you can understand how much you are retaining and where you have to improve. तो उस तरीके की एक सेल्फ एनालिसिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. You should be critical of your own preparation, not overly critical, but you should understand where you are lacking and how you are going to improve it. Tests will help you in that. Now when you are reaching your prelims, this is somewhere around January, February, or maybe 3 to 4 months ahead of your prelims, whenever that is, you should focus only on prelims, because the maximum number of students do get screened out in this particular phase, that is the preliminary examination. So here also the same approach should be followed. Go through the previous year question papers, find out the probable hot topics or important topics which are repeatedly getting space in the papers time and again throughout the years. And at this time, you should also start going through current affair compilations along with your newspaper. Do not try to make very elaborate notes. Whenever you are making a note, make sure it is very quickly revisable. It should be something which is very short, which is okay to be understood just by you. You're not publishing a book. So make very crisp notes and that you can revise again and again. At this point, you should go through current affair compilations. You can find any good coaching or any good online, even you have a lot of resources, so you can use any one or two current affair compilation and make your own notes about the probable hot topics as well as the topics that you think are important. You have been seeing in the mock papers also, you will see a lot of when you give mock tests, you will see some questions will be repeating in mock test of different institutes also. So that those topics are important, so you will be making notes for those. At the same time, learn the elimination method and other tricks which will help you in tackling questions which are googly questions, which are not expected and which come out of nowhere, which look like they have just fell out of the sky. So for tackling such kind of questions, you should learn the elimination method and other tricks. At the same time, this is for the engineering background students and all those people who think they are good at mathematics. Do not forget about the CSAT examination. Although it is qualifying, but you still have to qualify it. So please go through the CSAT test series also. Sometimes the paper is very lengthy. The English and comprehension portion is very long. So people do miss out on a lot of questions. They are not able to finish the entire paper. And that obviously affects their entire performance ahead of them. If you do not qualify prelims, there is no point of preparing for mains and interviews. So do not forget about CSAT at this point. What is the general takeaway from my side is that you should take as many tests as you can, and at least you should cover 2 to 3 entire test series from test 1 to whatever the last test number is. You should at least cover 2 or 3 depending on the time that you have at your hand. So this is for the prelims. What you should do immediately after prelims is that you should get a solved previous year questions book with you, wherein you can see how the questions are asked and how they are answered. And then again, you should go through the entire syllabus at least once every week. And you should start your note making with the topics which are not overlapping with the prelims. You have the entire main syllabus with you, and you put the prelims syllabus alongside with the mains one. Compare, and you will find out that there are topics like world history, disaster management, internal security, a lot of things which you do not explicitly study in prelims but you have to study in the mains. So start with the topics which do not overlap. At this point, you should also be able to make flowcharts, diagrams, maps, all these things which are short, which are easily revisable, easily rememberable. When you are giving the examination and you are trying to recall something, ये बहुत ही probable है कि आपको एक diagram याद आ जाएगा. It's highly probable that you will remember a flow chart or a diagram rather than an entire passage. So make a flow chart, make a diagram, make a map. The least you could do with the maps is you should be able to draw the map of India and at least the continents of the world or the world as its whole, because that will help you score extra marks in the answer writing. At this point, even if you do not know anything, even if you don't feel confident enough to write answers, know that nobody else is going to see those answers, and start practicing daily for your answer writing. You can use any online program. You can go ahead and have a classroom test series and take your answer writing practice over there. But you should do it every day. At least one answer you should write every day. At this point, it is important to not forget about essay, ethics, and language papers. By language, I mean you have 2 language papers. Mine were English and Hindi. So I had Hindi. I had written proper Hindi in class 9th or 10th before this examination, and then after so many years of gap, I had to write it again. So although it is qualifying, but still you have to qualify. So do not take anything lightly. These things do matter. So at this point, do not forget about essay and ethics and language papers. People do think that they are very easy to tackle and they don't give due attention to these papers. Please do not do that. Okay. And again, test series, you should take ideally 2 tests for each paper. By 2 tests, I mean the entire 3-hour paper in one sitting. You should be able to take that much. At least 2 for every paper. And daily answer writing practice in addition to that you should do. This much before mains will get you through mains, hopefully. Now moving on to interview. If you are lucky enough to qualify till here, feel happy and proud and maybe enjoy for a day or two, and then you should start with your interview preparation. About the interview, you might have heard this phrase again and again, that it is a personality test and not an interview. That is true actually. You should see the syllabus of the interview. There it is clearly mentioned there are different kind of personal qualities that they are looking for. Depth of knowledge, width of knowledge, one of those things. But not exactly, the entire focus is not totally on your knowledge. It is also on how you conduct yourself, how you answer, how you react to situations, whether you react or you respond. So there are so many things that one has to convey with our body language and with our choice of words, which is way beyond the knowledge that we possess. So please go through the syllabus of the interview, what description they have given there. It's very beautiful. I would suggest you to go and read that. About interviews, one other thing that you should know is it is a self-awareness kind of journey. There is a lot of introspection that goes on. There is a detailed application form that we have to fill and submit before the interviews. So that form every single word that it contains about you. It may be your date of birth, it may be your place of birth, it may be something that is your hobby. Every single word there is a potential question, and it should be treated as such. You should know things about every single word. So if I'm writing that I am a graduate in biotechnology, I should know everything about it, the institutions that provide the education in biotechnology, the research institutes who are working in the field of biotechnology in India. Is there any Nobel Prize that has come from the field? Or is there any other achievement that has happened? Is there any epidemic that has... So there are so many things that can come out of a single word, and you should focus on every word as a potential question. After you have done this, you can go and give 4 to 5 mock interviews, not more than that, in some reputable and trusted kind of institutions, not everywhere. And at the same time, do not forget about newspapers. At this point, you should read at least 2 newspapers, and preferably one should be either the Hindu or Indian Express. So again, you should read 2 newspaper at this point, because you are supposed to think, talk, and act like a civil servant, and if you're not informed enough, you will not feel confident enough. So because ethics and personality both matter in an interview, so you should be informed so that you can feel confident, and you should be informed about the things that they are looking for. They are looking for honesty and courage, and how you talk, all of those things they are looking for. How diplomatic you are when required, how honest you are when required. So all of these things you should keep in mind and prepare for the interviews, and hopefully you will succeed. So for those of you who have prelims in October, I would just suggest you to do not panic and do your best, and have multiple revisions of whatever notes that you have made, and take at least 2 to 3 test series. You will do well and you will succeed if you do your best. So just do your best and do not panic. So all the very best.